Love requires sacrifice. Are you willing to make that sacrifice for us? Tanya's resolve began to waver. She prayed for guidance, but the more Tokunbo spoke, the more she questioned her beliefs. One night, after a particularly emotional conversation, Tanya finally gave in. "Okay, Tokunbo," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I'll do it, but only because I love you." Tokunbo's face lit up with triumph, but he masked it with a look of tenderness. "Tanya, you won't regret this. This is the beginning of our true love story." That night, Tanya gave herself to Tokunbo, her heart heavy with guilt and confusion. She tried to convince herself that it was an act of love, but deep down she felt a profound sense of betrayal, not just of her values, but of herself. The days that followed were filled with turmoil. Tanya struggled to reconcile her actions with her faith. She avoided her parents' eyes, fearing they would see the shame she carried. She prayed for forgiveness, but the weight of her decision haunted her. Tokunbo, on the other hand, seemed distant. The passion and attention he had once shown her began to wane. When Tanya confronted him, his response was cold. "Tanya, you're overthinking things. What's done is done. Just relax and enjoy what we have." But Tanya couldn't relax. She felt used and discarded, as though her sacrifice had meant nothing to him. One evening she broke down in tears, confessing her feelings to her mother. "Mummy, I've made a terrible mistake," Tanya sobbed. "I gave myself to Tokunbo and now I feel so lost. I've betrayed everything I believe in." Bola held her daughter tightly, her heart breaking for her. "Tanya, my child, we all make mistakes. What's important is that you learn from them. God's love is forgiving, and so is ours. You are not defined by this moment. You are still the strong, beautiful girl we raised." Tanya clung to her mother's words, finding solace in her unconditional love. She realized that she had allowed Tokunbo to manipulate her, but she also knew that she had the strength to rise above it. One day, Tokunbo's true colors were revealed. Tanya, now heavily pregnant, confronted him about his promises. "Tokunbo, you said the money was for our future, but where is the business? Where is the life you promised me?" Tokunbo's expression turned cold. "Tanya, you're being unreasonable. Do you know how hard it is to start a business? You think it's easy? Maybe if you'd given me more money, things would be different." Tanya's heart sank. "But I gave you everything I could. I even stole from my parents for you," Tokunbo sneered. "And now you're blaming me? Tanya, you're the one who chose to steal. Don't put your mistakes on me." Tanya felt as though the ground had been ripped from beneath her feet. The man she had trusted, the man she had loved, had betrayed her in the cruelest way. She realized too late that Tokunbo had never loved her. He had only used her for his own gain.